Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to draft and cut this beautiful yoke you're seeing right here. So if you want to make it for loops or a zipper, it's very okay. You can also cut it like this. As you can see, it has a round shape at the center side, you get. So if this sounds like something you're interested to learn, you want to keep on watching, and let's get started. So guys, I already gone ahead to draft out the basic bodice pattern I'm going to be needing for the back, you get. So I joined it here with my sellotape just to give me a one piece because I don't have enough of the paper, you get. So right here I have my shoulder line, the chest line, the under bust, and the waistline, you can see. So I also have my zipper allowance, which is 1 inch, you get. So for this side drafting, it's a back loop, so it doesn't need this zipper allowance. I just drew the zipper allowance here just for a guide, you get. So we're going to eliminate it later. So before we do that, I'm going to come down here by half an inch for the shoulder slope. You can also come down by 1 inch, and I placed my tape from there. Then I divided what I have there by 2. Then I mark the midpoint. Then I also come outside by come in by half an inch, as you can see. So after I was done doing that, I will divide my bust circumference by 4. Then I marked it on the chest line, can you see? Then after that, I'll use my curve rule to connect it just like this, can you see? Now after I was done doing this, on the neckline, I'm going to mark 3 inches for the neck wideness, like this, 3 inches for the neck wideness. Then I'm going to make my shoulder slope just like this, you can see. After I was done doing this, next thing I'm going to be doing again is for me to go ahead and place my tape. Then I'll come down by 1.5 inches, you get. This is for the back, so it's supposed to be a high neck for the back, you get. So I came down by 1.5 and I marked it, can you see? So after I was done curving, what I will do next is to divide my nipple to nipple by 2. Mine is 7 inches, where by 2 is 3.5. So I added extra half an inch. That's why you see me marking 4 inches here. So after that, I'll just use my ruler to connect it. That half an inch I added it is just for the stitching allowance, you get. So after that, I'll come down by 1 inch on the chest line. Then also subtract half an inch at the both side on my waistline, okay. So after I was done doing that, I'm going to use my ruler to connect those points I have there, just like this. So after connecting, what I'll do again is to add my basic measurement, which is my bust circumference divided by 4. I marked it, then add 2 inches for the seam allowance. On the waistline, I'll divide my waist circumference by 4. I'll mark it, okay, then add 1 inch for the dart, as you can see. Then I also add 2 inches for the seam allowance, okay. So after I was done doing that, I'll just use my ruler to connect it. So from the chest line, I'll connect to the waistline, can you see? Then after I was done doing that, what I'm going to do next is to place my tape on the shoulder line. I'm going to determine how deep I would want the back yoke to be, you get. So for this tutorial, I'm going to leave it at 7.5 inches. And again, if you want to have something like a curve at the downside, that is to come down a little bit just to make it curve, you can decide to come down by 1 inch. So after coming down by 1 inch, I'm going to use my ruler to connect it to the chest line. So I'm not going to be making use of this 1 inch I came down by. This is just for a different method. So I connected it to the chest line, as you can see, you get. So after I was done doing this, you can see what I have here, can you see? So in case you want to come down by this 1 inch, when cutting, you are going to cut from that line down to the chest line, you get. So now after I was done doing this, the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and cut it out. So I'm going to cut out the zipper allowance. You can see that we don't need it for this tutorial because it's a back loop. So I'm going to cut off the zipper allowance, then also go ahead and cut out the side just like this. After cutting the side, I'm also going to go ahead and cut out the upper part like this, can you see? After doing that, I'll cut out the excess I have at the waistline, below the waistline, can you see what I have here? So now after I was done doing this, I will label it as the waistline, under bust, and chest line, Can you see? All right, so guys, the next thing you want to do again is to determine how wide you want the open at the yoke to be, how open you would want the yoke to be. You get that side it's open, that center it's open. You're going to determine how wide, whether you want it too wide, whether you want it a little bit open. You get, you're going to determine that. So for me, I place my tape on the chest line exactly, then I'm going to spot out 4 inches. I'm going to just mark 4 inches. Do you get? So this is it, guys. After I was done marking these 4 inches, you can see where I have here. So I want the U or the open to be about 4 inches. So when I open it up, I'm going to have 8 inches. Do you get? Now I'm going to, from there, from that neckline there, at the place I came down by 1.5, I am going to from there sketch it to meet that side like this. You can see. So I'm going to sketch it. You can make use of your curve if you have. For me, I decided to use a freehand for this. So you can see what I did here. This is how you do yours. Go ahead from that point exactly, go ahead and sketch it to meet the 4 inches I marked, or any inches you marked. You can see. Now again, to determine how open you want your back loops to be, you can make any style of your dress. You can set to mark 2 inches. For me, I'm marking 3 inches. So this 3 inches that I'm marking here is for the back loops. You get how open you want your back loops to be. So I already gone ahead to connect it in a straight line, just like this. Can you see? So after I was done doing that, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and cut it off. You guys remember I told you that this side at the chest line I came down by 1 inch at that curved side. Remember I told you that I'm not going to be making use of that, so I had to cut it off. So if you're making use of that, just go ahead and just go ahead and cut it into the chest line before slashing the your back loops. Do you get? So I am just going ahead to cut out mine the way I want it to be. You get? Then I also cut out a round shape like this, then cut out the neckline. After cutting the neckline, I also cut out the slanting side, the slant side that I came down by 1/2 inch. So after doing that, you can see where I have here. So I'll just go ahead and make a point. So this is where I'm going to be inserting the loops for the back. Can you see? Then after that, I also label the upper part as the yoke. You get? So after that, I'm going to transfer this to the actual fabric. So this is the fabric I'm going to be working with for the sake of this tutorial. You get? So right now, I already gone ahead to fold the fabric into two, and I placed the back pattern on it. Then right here, you can see that I gave it 1/2 inch on the downside. Can you see? And on the upper side, I also gave it 1/2 inch. At the side as well, I also gave it 1/2 inch. Do you get? So go ahead and add your 1/2 inch for your stitching allowance, just like you see me doing. So guys, after I was done cutting this one, I'll also go ahead and fold the same fabric by two again. Then I'll cut out the yoke. So this is the yoke, as you can see. So right now what I'm going to be doing here is to go ahead and cut it out, but when cutting I'll add 1/2 inch. So you can see what I'm doing here. Can you see? I just added 1/2 inch on the downside. Can you see? At the armhole side, I didn't add 1/2 inch. I hope you can see. So on the upper part, I added 1/2 inch for stitching allowance. I did the same thing on the neckline. Can you see? Then after that, I also add 1/2 inch here. Can you see, for the stitching allowance? So after I was done cutting here, I'll slash the other side into two, just like you see me doing. And after that, this is what I have here. So I'll just go ahead and remove my patterns, and I'm going to arrange them in place so you see how it looks like. Can you see? So this is just for a tutorial. It's not like I'm making it for a dress, for a particular dress, just for a tutorial. So this is how I placed it. Can you see what I have here after I was done? Can you see? Alright, so right now what I'm going to be doing next is to insert your button on the other side of the neckline. Then at this other end, you're going to insert maybe a small little loops you're going to be using to lock the button. Do you get what I'm saying? So guys, after that, you can see what I have here. Alright, so guys, this will be the end of our today's tutorial. Please, if you love this video, kindly subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.